This is Jack Raspers. Day and age when things can be complicated and it's hard to narrow things down to one or two, three things. But the consensus is you can make a list of 10 things and then just try to do the top 3. And then make a new list every 10. So at least you're getting a variety of things listed. And then you hit 3 items, like pick up some groceries, or you'll stop at the pharmacy, or in my case, haul in a cord of wood, or take out the tree that's leaning over the house. It might take a little more time, hour or two, but you got 10 things on the list. So every day, always have 10 things on the list, but only do what you know can be done in the allotted time that you allow for physical labor. Some people give an hour for meditation, an hour for breakfast, maybe half hour, an hour for travel. And then you got a couple hours of work where you take a break or you have lunch. Then you work another couple hours for a break, and then another couple hours. That's 6 hours, 8 hours. I know a gentleman, a friend of mine, he'll put 14, 16 hours in a day. And he's in his wood shop. So if you're going to put 8 or 10 hours in, let's just say there's 10 things on the list, that's 10 hours. How many hours does one thing take? Pay the bills. Maybe there's 2 hours. Take 2 hours to do your bills. So you take 2 hours. Let's say you got a 10-hour day. There you got 8 hours. Now you got your meditation, your breakfast, your lunch, and maybe a break. So you got 4 hours out of 16. If you get so that's 16 is 12. So you got 10 or 12 hours in the day of actual physical application. So 10 hours. Okay, so you work 2 hours on book work. And then you got another 2 hours on removing a tree, a dangerous tree that's leaning over the house. Or you got 2 hours of maintenance on the house and 2 hours of maintenance on the vehicles. What do you got there? You got 8 hours, so another 2 hours for fill and phone calls and stuff like that. So you're talking about a full day of 16 hours. Do the math, you can figure it out. Do 4 things off the list, but you got 10 on there. So this is the trick. Make a list of 10 things and count the hours for each one and how many hours you allot for each thing. Makes it easy. Let me go through that one more time. You make a list of 10 items. You figure out how many hours in the day that you have that you can put forth to actual action. Let's just pretend it's 10 hours. So if everything that you have will take an hour, then you can get 10 things done. But if one thing costs 4 hours, something else costs 2, that's 6. And there's 2 to 4 more hours between. You got to remember 25% is downtime, wasted time. So if something takes 4 hours, it's going to take 5. You got to go run for parts. You got to do this. You got to do that. Do what's on the list, even if it's one item.